Here's a scenario. There's a pandemic. The world is collapsing. The economy is crashing. A recession might be around the corner. All these motherfuckers out here got some kind of crazy virus and it's closing in your area soon. There might be martial law coming around. We don't know what's gonna happen. And worst case scenario, you'll have a nice kit that you put together in your house that when the apocalypse comes, when you die, whoever killed you will have a nice kit to inherit. And yeah, cheers. Fuel. I'm the hood prepper. I'm a down fool. I got high socks and I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to survival. But I'm gonna give you my opinion anyway. Hood prepper. The different types of bags can basically go to different types of people who know what the fuck they're doing. If somebody knows what they're doing, if they're an expert, they're probably gonna have a small bag with not a lot of shit in it because knowledge weighs nothing. And if you know what you're doing, you don't need a lot of stuff. This bag is for somebody who has no idea what the fuck they're doing. And it's pretty ironic at this point in time because this is probably what you have least access to. And you probably can't get, immediately because everything is fucking shut down. So this is what I feel like I could probably take with me. This is probably the bag I would take with me. Why? Because I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. So it has all the fail safes in it, except for food and weapons, which I would find a way to repack into this bag. This bag should be packed like every other bag in a really particular way. You should have it, the things you need the most should be the most accessible, the most readily accessible. This bag was just kind of thrown together, and if I was going to put it together proper, I would take everything out and make sure that I take my time to put it in, put things in here by priority. The most emergency situation, I would need to access either medical supplies or my weapon first. But I'm just going to show you what's in this bag. You take notes for what works for you and what doesn't. And yeah, here on the outside, I have my canteen. It's a plastic canteen. Not a good canteen to get, but it's what I got. So it's what I'm going to use. I would recommend you get a metal canteen. One that you could light a fire under so that you can distill water. Yeah. I have an extra pair of gloves and an extra mask that I'm probably going to wear in the next cut. And other than that, nothing. What I should have in this little pouch is some water purification tabs, which I do have in my room, but not in here. I would die. Fuck it. Just kidding. I would find a way to distill my water and purify it. And I feel like I might have the skills for that, so I'm not going to pack that in the bag since I know how to make my own water filter. If you want to know how to make your own water filter, either YouTube it or comment in the comment section below and maybe I'll make a video about it. Okay, outside patches, or pouches. Let's see, what's in this one? I got a flashlight, trusty flashlight. You're gonna need one of those. It's got a window breaker so you can break through windows or maybe put it in somebody's face. I don't know. There should be something else in here, but there isn't. And I forgot what was supposed to be in there, but it's not. What's in here? A weapon. It's made out of paracord. It's a sling. Palestinian style, baby. I'm not going to undo it, but you can see the pouch here. And maybe I'm going to undo it. God damn it. You can see the pouch and, it's a sling to launch really heavy weapons or rocks, projectiles. We can also gut it, take it apart, and do all kinds of other dope shit with it. Paracord is dope. You can't have enough of it. And yeah. Compass. Pretty handy dandy, especially if you know how to use a map. This is the one that was liberated from the store. Hood prep, hashtag. And then we have some standard first aid stuff in here. We got, maybe I'll make a first aid video, but pretty, band-aids, medicines, alcohol, those types of things. Standard first aid. It's not an IFAK, it's not a trauma kit. So, you know, there's that. And it's in my most accessible pouch. However, it wasn't the first thing I took out, so that might be a problem. I need to probably relearn or reassess that. Some more trap wire. Remember, the ratio for trap wire is 10 to 1. You got to make 10 traps to try to get one rabbit. So learn how to make traps. Some trusty medical tape. This is dope. You should have it in you. It should probably be in this bag. If you have a plate carrier, you'll put it on your plate carrier. Medical tape is dope. Have some of that. What else is in here? I got some plastic clips that can help me with shelter. Those are free. And they're in the bag. They can alleviate my use for paracord. Heyo! Check me out, son. I got a small E-tool. Little shovel, little entrenching tool. Pretty useful if you gotta take a shit. And for a bunch of other cool things. This is pretty tight, it's really lightweight, fits in one of these pockets. Small E-tool. Right there, I'll just take it out so we can get a pan shot of that. What else is in here? Heyo, we got a way to make fire. If you know how to use this, cool. If you don't, I'm not going to do it inside my house. So there's that. What's it called? Flint stick something? I don't know. I forget the names. Check this out. Super dope. It's another compact version of the saw that I have in my other bag. Press the button. Pull it out. And you're sawing. You're making all kinds of shit. You're making shelter. You're making weapons. You're making punji sticks. You're making, you know, all the cool stuff. Anything else in there? Nope. All the outside pockets are done. No, they're not. Extra paracord. Can't have enough. Alright. Moving on. Upper pocket. Pocket pouch. What do I got in here? Got some batteries. What are they for? For the flashlight. Some first aid. Just a super chill first aid kit. Not a lot of life-saving stuff in there. Some boo-boos. Fire pack. I got a lighter with rubber, I got candles, and I got waterproof matches. All in the same fire pack. 2 is 1, 1 is none. That's 3. So, come at me, bro. Heyo! I got some epinephrine pins. In case somebody's allergic, you're on a team, somebody's allergic, they need epinephrine. Pretty accessible. First thing I pulled out of my pack. Hey yo, I got a mess kit. I'll open it later, but you know, there's a cup, there's a plate, there's a pan to cook with. See what's in here. I put everything in a bag to try to waterproof it. However, this is not a good waterproofing bag. I don't recommend using just any plastic bag. I have a CPR mask. This is my medical bag. I have a standard survival kit in here. If I were to give this to an expert, they would use it and survive and they'd be fine. I got some absorbing bandages. And here's a Asherman chest seal. This should probably be in my trauma pack, but it's in this pack and that's cool too. Chest seals are dope. If you get a chest seal, I recommend you get a NCE or whatever the fuck it's called. Okay, here is a blanket, a really good blanket, liberated from a fancy store. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. It's I think it's heated or whatever, but you can make a shelter. It just says here, heavy duty emergency blanket. I should probably take it out of this pack and repackage it And it's pretty compact. It's pretty compact. It's a cool pack. All right. Here's water filtration. It's got a few thousand gallons of water filtration right here. There's a whole system that you can set up with other components like bottles and shit like that. I'm not gonna take it out, but just know that that's water filtration. Man, survival knife. This is in the bag, but in all honesty, I would just have this on my person if shit were to hit the fan. It's a Schrade, really good survival knife. It comes,
there you go.
Schrade survival knife, real thick spine, full tang, got some peanut mashing capabilities. I got a nice little choil for woodwork. It's really probably one of the best survival knives I've ever used. I don't have too much experience with survival knives though, so don't take my word for it. Bam, there's a survival knife. It comes with a sharpener and another way to make fire. So I have in this kit 4 ways to make fire. It's almost dummy proof. Handy, handy, handy. This is a map. Backpack. So, the ability to hold the map and keep it nice and dry and all those things. Has no use yet though. Probably shouldn't even be in my bag because I have no real use for it at the moment. But I guess better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? Okay, more medical supplies. Meds on meds on meds. What else is going on in here? Companion knife. Probably a better knife to have than this one. Super sleek, super thin, but boy, this is a sharp knife. A handy knife. Who was it made by? Mortney. I don't know how to say it. It's a companion knife. It buddies up with this knife, and if you have them both, you're a superstar. But this is the companion knife. You can wear it on your neck. You can do a lot with this. You can fashion a lot of things with it, and it's really ideal to make feather sticks. Whoops, fuck that up. To make feather sticks for fire in wet environments. Really good knife. All the way at the bottom, I think this is it. I have this tarp, which is like a waterproof tarp, and rolled up in it is, drum roll please, some extra clothes, boy. Socks, clothes. You want to keep your socks as dry as possible, and just an extra set of clothes, plus this tarp, which could be made. There's all kinds of things. You can transport people on it, you can sleep in it, you can use it for shelter, you can use it to collect water. All kinds of things that I have never done before, so don't take my word for it. Fucking YouTube it. Yeah, that's it. This pretty much concludes what I got for bug out bags. However, this isn't it. This isn't all of it, right? One thing I didn't mention was actually this kafia that I was presenting everything on. This part of my personal EDC. You should have it with you. No matter what bag you have, you should have one of these. These are good for all kinds of shit. Everything from concealing your face to gathering fresh water, you can use this thing for. You can, YouTube it. It's so dope. Really useful tool, and you'll probably find one of these on every survival / combat experience person in all of the YouTube community or survival community or whatever. Nobody is going to tell you not to have one of these, so get one. So I didn't buy all this stuff. A lot of this was given to me. I inherited it. And if I had the choice, I would have better stuff. If I had the ability to get better stuff, I would. But I don't. So this is what I got. Some of it is really good quality stuff. And some of it, maybe not so good, right? This is a really shitty first aid kit. It's not that good. But fuck it. I have it. Maybe I need it. One thing that, your necessities is going to be shelter, fire, and water. So if you can cover your bases on shelter, fire, and water, you'll be pretty good. And if you can make shelter, your morale will go through the roof. Granted, you're in the bush and surviving in the bush. If you're at home and you just want your everyday carry, or you're bugging into your house, then you don't even need a bag for that. You can figure out a way to use all this stuff while you're at home. But if you're bugging out, you're going out to the bush, you have your bag or your everyday carry, you just want to make sure you have those things. If it's your everyday carry and you're coming home from work, security, water, and food are probably some of your main priorities. Maybe communication, a way to communicate with people at home. Ideally, you want to basically filter out what your priorities are, figure out what things you need to secure those priorities, and store those away in whatever bag you have. Like I said, knowledge weighs nothing, so if you have a small bag with just a very few things that you need, I know some people personally who, if I give them one of these knives and this bag of fire and some paracord, they'd be fine. They'd be cool. They would live fucking forever. Maybe if I give them some of this trip wire, they're gonna have a luxurious time out in the bush. You know what I mean? So, practice. I don't know if you have the time to practice. The world is collapsing. So, find a bag. It doesn't have to be one of these bags, although these bags are pretty durable. And if you're out in the bush, you want something that's gonna withstand all the dragging and tearing and scooting and all those things that are, all the elements that these bags are going to be subjected to. One thing that I don't have in my bags is 3 mil, is a plastic 3 mil bag to waterproof all of these things. I want to line my bag with a plastic 3 mil to waterproof it, but your native doesn't have it. Plus, I've never lined a bag before. I don't even know how to do it. So I'm probably going to YouTube how to waterproof my shit. However, when I YouTube that, I get other videos of like people having like legitimate waterproofing bags or whatever. But I know a 3 mil bag will work, so I would probably just dump all of this shit into a 3 mil bag, tie it up tight, throw that into this bag, and it's waterproofed best I can. You know what I mean? So I do use some of these plastic bags and try to tie them up tight and secure them best I can to waterproof certain things like this. I have these in a Ziploc bag so it can waterproof the fabric. Same thing here. But waterproofing is important, especially if you're in a place that's really wet or damp. So get yourself some Ziploc bags so you can waterproof important things. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Leave in the comments. I'm sure there is a ton of things that I forgot to do and say. Like I said, I'm not an expert. Shit, I'm probably not even an amateur. But this is what I got. I know how to use some of it. I know what I'm gonna do with some of it, even though I've never done it before. I know what my plan is, and I know, my way around most of these tools. So if you have the ability to get some of these tools, or if you have good replacements for them, let me know, or make your own videos, or improvise. The best way to survive is having the ability to adapt and overcome your circumstances. So even if you have none of these things, I'm sure there are good replacements that exist within your house that you could use for an e-tool, you know what I mean? Or for paracord, or for a knife, you know what I mean? Like you can get by if you got the will to survive. You can use the ideas that are here on the table and apply them in the bush. Prioritize shelter, water, and fire. Luckily, I can fast. I do ceremonies where we fast, and I feel pretty confident in not having to eat. But that's going to be a good segue into the next video, which is about the type of food that you're going to store into these bags. and how to break down an MRE so that it fits pretty good into your bag, and some suggestions for food alternatives that we can put into your bug out bag. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, the more you donate, the more you like and subscribe, the more videos that I'll be motivated to do. So if you like what you saw, again, like, subscribe, share, hit the little bell, talk shit in the comments, or tell me how dope it is and how much you liked it and what you want to see next. Honestly, I don't really give a shit. I'm just doing it for the donations. My ideas for the next videos is how to put together your plate carrier and your battle belt. The very next video that's going to come out is going to be about MREs and storing them away into your bug out bags. A bunch of cool stuff, you know. So, and you know, I'm doing this for people who live out here in the neighborhood, and hopefully y'all can attain some of these things and practice to the best of your abilities. I don't really know what I'm doing. I just know what I want. I know what I need, and I kind of know what I'm gonna do when shit cracks. But that's just for me. I don't know what you're gonna do. You have to figure that out. I suggest you YouTube it. This is the Hood Prepper, signing out. Okay,